Okay, y'all, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful pancake. Ooh, syrup dripping off of it. Yeah. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Art of Creation Homestead. We're in the kitchen today, and we haven't done as many of these videos lately because we're starting to transition into the spring and summer and gardening and doing more things like that. But we've got another homestead kitchen skills series video for you today. Some pancakes. All right, no Bisquick, no mix pancakes. Pancakes from scratch. All right. So Angela Kay's got a brilliant pancake recipe for you. So we're gonna turn it over to her and let her take care of it. Okay.
As Jason told you, this is no mix, and you will be surprised at how easy it is, and you have everything on hand to do this at any given time, and it's super easy. In this bowl, we have 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. We have 3 tablespoons of sugar. We have 3 teaspoons of baking powder, and we have 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now I'm just going to take my handy dandy whisk, and I'm going to whisk all those together to get them all incorporated, get all that baking powder in, and don't throw it everywhere like I just did, and to get some air into the flour to get it fluffed up, basically. Now that's all fluffed up. You can tell that it's much lighter now. Now in this cup we have 1.5 cups of milk. Then we have 2 eggs.
Beautiful.
And just throw those in.
Beautiful backyard eggs.
And this is part of the glory of this whisk. You can stick it in small spaces and it doesn't make a mess. Most of the time. Unless you get a little too vigorous with it. And you want to beat those two together just lightly. It don't have to be fully incorporated. And here we have 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter that I've melted and let cool down so that it doesn't start scrambling our eggs. Now you want to add that in to your milk and eggs. Now when you do that, you're going to see little beads of butter start to form. And you're probably going to think, oh no, I did something wrong. See, you can see those little beads. You didn't do anything wrong. You want it to do that. Because that will make little buttery pockets in your pancakes and make for lighter and airier pancakes. Trust me, it just works.
It's just when we melted butter and got cool again, right?
Yes, it solidified. Mm-hmm. And when it hits the hot pan or the hot griddle, it's going to liquefy again. And you're going to end up with nice, airy, fluffy pancakes because of it. Kind of like when you make biscuits. The pockets of fat will melt and make for fluffier biscuits. Now, just for some flavoring, you want to add just a little bit of vanilla. I usually just go with about 1/2 teaspoon because you don't want to overpower it. This isn't cake. This is pancakes. This isn't cake. So you don't want to overpower it, but it does add a little something that just makes it wonderful. Now at this point, you want to have your skillet, or I am using a griddle. I am using a nonstick griddle. If you do not have a griddle, you can just use a nonstick pan. It will work just fine. The reason I use a griddle is I can do more than one pancake at a time. With a pan, if you make big pancakes, you can only do one at a time. If you make small pancakes, you can do multiples. But we usually do big pancakes here.
Yeah, they're not
They're
big.
medium.
They're medium. They're not big.
If you do a griddle, you want to turn your griddle on about 275 to 300. You don't want it really hot because it will brown them before they actually get ready. So you don't want to do that. So now, once your skillet is starting to get hot, you want to give your milk and egg mixture another little whisk, and now you want to pour it into your dry ingredients. Pour the whole thing in and just give it a little whisk. It doesn't take long at all to mix it in because you don't want to mix too much because you will develop the gluten. And then you will end up with tough pancakes. And you do not want tough pancakes. You want light and fluffy pancakes that you feel like you can eat 1,000 of them. I don't recommend eating 1,000 of them. And it's okay when you get done. It's okay if you still see a few lumps, because remember, you got those little butter chunks in there. So it's okay if you still see some lumps. Now, when everything is fully incorporated, like it is right here, then it's all mixed. Now, you will leave it sit until your griddle is ready. Till your griddle or your pan is nice and hot, and then I'll show you what to do with the pan. Our griddle is nice and hot, and at this point, what you want to do, this is just a paper towel that I have a little bit of oil on. I've just put just a tiny little dot of oil, as you can hopefully see that.
Barely.
You do not want to just pour oil on here. You just want a light sheen. So you just want to brush the oil on there. Because this is already a non-stick surface. So you just want to brush just a little light sheen of oil just to help it out. And it should be the same with a non-stick skillet on the stove. Just brush it just very lightly. Now, look at this beautiful pancake batter. You've got all those bubbles in it, and that means it's going to be light and airy. And in the time that you've waited for your pan or your griddle to get hot, it's gotten nice and thick. So now, I'm just using a little ladle. You can make them as big or as little as you want.
They do spread, remember, they'll spread a little.
They do spread a little. You can make them as big or as little as you like, as your family likes.
When I was a kid, my mom would make these pancakes about this big around. Like
as big as a plate?
You can't, yeah, they were plate size. I can't show you in here because of my hands, but like, they're as big as a plate. So I ate one pancake. I had one.
This right here is why I choose to use a griddle, because I can fit 4 at a time on this griddle. And this is just a small griddle.
Yeah, it's just a little.
So now you just let them go, and I'll show you what they look like when they are ready to flip, because that's the key. Okay, you see all the bubbles around the outside edges?
Hard to see, but
there's little bubbles all around the outside edges, and the outside edges are starting to look a little dry. That's how you know when they're ready to flip. And you should be able to easily scoop them up. Perfect.
nice. Now, be aware, sometimes you sling some batter when you do that.
Yes. I have been wearing pancake batter on my clothes several times from flipping pancakes.
Chickens take a snack, though.
Okay. Look at that.
Easy crusher.
Perfect every time. These pancakes literally turn out perfect every time.
They're delicious.
It's truly a no-fail pancake
And it's a bit addictive.
Jason loves pancakes.
Nice though.
Those are absolutely gorgeous. Now that took about, it depends on your skillet and how high you have your heat, but it will usually take about 3 minutes or so on the first side. It only takes about a minute or two on the second side. And literally you will see them puff up, and when you feel them, when you first flip them, they still feel liquidy. When they're ready to take off, they'll feel more solid and more fluffy. In that time, get out your plates, and so that they will all be ready at once and your family can all eat at once. When these pancakes get done, have your oven preheated to 225 degrees. That's just barely warm. That way your pancakes will stay warm. I learned this trick from Miss Phyllis Stokes. If you guys watched her, she was amazing. And her son is doing a great job keeping her channel going as well. I learned this from her. She always put, when she made pancakes, she always put little bits of butter on the bottom of her plate. That way when you put that hot pancake on there, you get butter on the bottom of your pancake too. And this is great for Jason because Jason loves really buttery pancakes.
I have a lot of butter.
Now I'm just checking the bottom to see if they're nice and brown, and see, as you can see, they're getting nice and brown.
Almost, they're getting there.
They're getting there, and they're starting to feel very fluffy in the middle. When you press on them with your hand, you're starting to feel kind of springy and fluffy, and that's what you're looking for because, like I said, you want fluffy, fluffy pancakes. And these feel like you can eat 1,000 of them. They're so fluffy. Now you want to set your pancake on that butter, and if you're doing a stack of pancakes, do yourself a favor. Put butter between each
Keep buttering.
layer.
Butter the layers.
Butter the layers. You will end up with, they will be so much better if you butter between the layers. Now I'm gonna finish making these pancakes, and Jason will get to try them for you.
Okay, y'all, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful pancake. Ooh, syrup dripping off of it. Yeah. Wow. Angela, pal. It's always good pancakes. That's probably the best ones ever. I don't know what it is. She always makes good food, obviously. But when we turn that camera on, bam, it's always the best ever. It's amazing. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this pancake. Awesome. Don't ever buy that dang Bisquick stuff again, please. Use this, whatever. Don't buy pancake mixes, nothing. All right. This pancake recipe is the only thing the only pancake recipe you'll ever need. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching. We do appreciate it. Again, my name is Jason. The culinary genius is Angela Kay. We love you guys. God bless you and goodbye.